Okay, we just got the brake drum opened up, and I got two boxes here. I'm pretty sure these are wheels. I think I won the wheels with this bike. It's one of those custom bike stripper guys I don't like. We get good parts this way, but I don't like that. Bikes should not be stripped, they should be put together. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Yeah, it's heavy. Feels like a wheel. It's hard to believe a wheel fits in this narrow box though, but 516s are not very fat wheels. Oh yeah, what's in here? Yep, the tire in there, see? So the easiest way to get this out of the box is just to flip the box open. There you go. One wheel. So that's a late star hub. Matches the wheel. And it's got the sleeve in it. There you go. Now this is interchangeable, so they're front or rear. Either or. Looks like an original good skid on it. Nope, Carlisle. Got the old style tread on it. For a show bike, you want to keep tires like this. For riding on the street, you do not want to run these stupid tires on the street. That'd be a big mistake. Well, I would do it, but that's me. They'd be nice and slippery. They won't last very long. So Carlisle, right there's the name. It's a double white wall, tube type, nylon. Ooh. Nylon core, 4-ply. That's back when that meant something. Aero ST G, whatever that G means. Bunch of other crap over here. It's an MT9016, which is stock Harley size. 16-inch wheel. Now, the stock rim usually has a big curl around it like this. So that's what you're looking for when you buy an old wheel. Make sure there's a pretty good curl to it. Now there are aftermarket ones made that way too, but that's usually means you've got a good wheel. So you look around the bead right here and see if it looks like any folded over anywhere. You know, the big dent. This one looks pretty straight. Not much rust or anything in it, so that's pretty good. This could be re-chromed if you wanted to. Me, I would just paint it black or powder coat it, your choice. There goes the tube. So it's a late star hub, the ball bearing's in here. So the bearing is over on this side here. That ball bearing there, there's one under here too. And this rim looks straight all the way around also. This has the big 5/8 hole in it, which is the early one. 81, they went to a little small tube style, 3/8 hole where they are. So this looks like a nice original wheel. Yep. Somebody painted the spokes black. They're supposed to be Parkerized, which you can see the black Parkerized in here. It looks like they just sprayed the center here with black paint at some point to make it look a little better. And it looks like they got a little silver over here, but the rim doesn't look like it's silver, but it might be underneath all that crap. So, it feels like it's still got air in it too. Taking a hole there? I bet you it does. These are great for DMV mock-up bikes because they look original because they are. And they'll believe that you found a bike out of a barn for been sitting for 30 or 40 years. It's a lot easier to register a bike when they think it's all old original parts. I think my air's turned off. Yeah, it's holding a little bit of air, but let me turn my air on. Tire's so old and hard, it doesn't even need air in it. It's got about 15 pounds in it now, 12 to 15. Now they only ran 16, 18 pounds on those originally. Didn't run a lot of air back in the old day on tires. Carlisle, it probably ran a little more because it's an MT series. So they probably ran 25. There's a 516 tire. 16 to 22 is the airflow pressure on those. Oh, this is definitely the front tire. That's the rear. It's just this one nice and flat. This one here is not. Same deal. Flip it over, let it roll out. So see how this is real rounded. This is definitely a front tire. And I don't know why it's worn so much on the side. That pretty much means underinflation. So they ran this thing flat. And they probably had the rear end out of alignment too, or bent frame, because it's worn real heavy on this one side. So they were doing a lot of cornering all the time, or there's a misalignment of the chassis. My guess is the chassis is probably out of whack. But yeah, you can see the center tire is almost new and the outsides are worn out. That's a sure sign of underinflation. When you run the inflation too low, it just buckles down the center, there's no pressure. Loads out here on the end. Now this one's a lot rustier. We have a tube in here again. Why is the camera so tall? I can't see anything. So you can see all the heavy rust here in the front wheel. Over down again. Barnacle rust. This is a good skid here. It's got the original tire here. See, the rear tire had been replaced and another one, it's Carlisle. The Goodyear. Goodyear didn't make bike tires. That's not a good thing either, they were garbage. Back when I started working on Harleys, these things were, you could still buy new bikes that had these things on them, and oh, they were terrible. It felt like you're riding the wet when it's dry out. See that pretty fur? Lots of speed. Speed grip. Oh yeah, speed grip my ass. It had no grip at speed, what they meant to say. Replaces 6-ply. This replaces a 6-ply tire. C. Load range C. MT90 16 again. They got a T on that, and then with a T, that's tapered bead, so that means the bead was taper cut. Nobody does that anymore either. That was a big thing back in the day. Yeah, it was a good skid. See, that's a Goodyear tread, Carlisle tread. They're very similar. They look very similar how they're made. That's why I thought it was a Goodyear. Copied each other. So this tire is from the 70s, and this tire here is from the 80s. That bike's been sitting a long time. Alright, we need some air pressure. That's why the air doesn't blow up. There's no air pressure. And being a nice good old tube, it still holds air. Now look how old these tires are and there's no cracks. New tires crack in about 6 months. Old tires, these are from the 70s, we're in 20. These are 50-year-old tires. They're not cracked. It's even got the metal valve stem core remover on it. That's a nice piece. It's probably a brass because it's all greenish looking. Got the big tube on it again. This side of the rim's a little bit better than the other, but not by much. These spokes are a lot more rusty. Now the reason the rear one's not so rusty is probably covered in oil all the time, but I know they didn't clean the bike and it's not covered in oil, so it's kind of weird. Okay, let's go ahead and see if this thing will hold some air in here. Why this thing leaks so bad. Try the newer one. Much better. And that came up quick. £50. That'll make it hard. Yeah. You had 30 in it already. All these years it still holds air just fine. I'm not surprised. My old Studebaker truck's got tires on there from the 60s and they still look like new. Alright. So, no cracks. 50 pounds of air pressure. Hard as a rock, just like they were when they were new. Skate all over the place. You can put these on a bike and ride around the show and stuff all day long. You ain't gonna care. This one I put on the back wheel and let it burn itself in. Do a few burnouts to level out. Make it look a little better. It would burn easy too, believe me. So there you go. No cracks and 50-year-old tires. There you go. Pretty nice. So there's our brake drum right there. So the tube goes in there between the bearings. Get the other bearing here. So obviously it only takes one bearing because there's no room for another one, but I still think it takes two bearings. Yeah, it would have to. There'd be room for another bearing in here. We're just missing one of them. The front wheel would only run one bearing, but the back one should have two. So it'd be three counting the one in the hub over there. These are lugs. These are standard size. Oversized will have a groove in them. That denotes that they're oversized. It just goes in there like that. And get yourself a drum. There you go. Nice set of wheels. I like those. Good for an old restoration job. Alright, there you go.